What did you do with the sugar beets?
Oh, well, we just chopped the leaves off
Okay.
and put it in piles.
And how old were you?
Oh, it's about 6.
Okay. Where did you live? Do you remember?
Well, I was living with a family.
Because you were an orphan?
Huh?
You were an orphan?
Yeah, they were working too.
They were working, but you did not have your mother and father anymore, right?
No.
You were from an orphanage.
Uh-huh.
And how many kids were with you?
Huh?
How many kids were with you at the fields?
How many what?
Children.
Me?
How many other children were working in the fields?
Oh, a lot of them.
Okay.
Different families.
Did they go to school?
Huh?
Did you go to school?
Well, we stayed there until October.
So you were there when school already started.
Uh,
Did you go to school?
mm, well, I remember that eventually the placed us in custody.
Oh, they put you in custody. Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because we weren't going to school and just getting in trouble.
Okay. How old were you? Do you remember?
I'd say about 7.
So then, where was your dad?
Huh?
Where was your dad?
Oh, he was always drinking and leaving us alone, you know.
Okay.
He wasn't a real dad. It was just somebody who took us in.
Okay.
And eventually somebody reported us.
Okay.
So they sent us to a Catholic orphanage.
Okay. Was that Saint Joseph or Saint Joe's?
Huh?
Was that called Saint Joe's or Saint Joseph's?
No, this was, I don't know the name of it, but
Were you in Minnesota?
yeah, it's in Minnesota.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know where wh- who did you come to Minnesota with? Who when you came from Michigan, right? From Detroit?
Yeah.
So who brought you to Minnesota?
Well, this, there was a large family that uh, took us in.
Were they and but you don't remember how you got to Minnesota from Michigan?
Uh,
It was a long time ago and you were young. So maybe you were very young and that's why you don't remember. Cuz you were the youngest of 3 boys, right?
uh-huh.
So when you went to school, when you were going to school, did you speak English or Spanish?
Mostly Spanish.
Okay. And then you learned English?
Huh?
You learned English?
Yeah, well, there was a teacher was teach us
English?
English.
Did was it hard to learn English?
Well, I suppose,
Do you remember speaking Spanish when you were a little kid?
Mm-hmm.
Did anyone ever make fun of you?
Yeah.
Were there a lot of other Mexican kids in school with you back then?
I don't remember.
Yeah. Well, my cousin Danny, mommy's brother, Danny, my grandma and grandpa raised him. He said that grandma and grandpa, and remember Augustine Martinez? Well, Augustine Martinez and my grandma and grandpa, Ray and Angie Martinez, they all have stories about the sugar beet fields too, I guess. But
They're what?
they had stories about those fields too. But you guys are around the same age.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know them growing up? My grandma and grandpa?
Oh.
Did you know Angie Martinez and Ray Martinez when you were young?
Mm-hmm.
That's mommy's parents. Do you remember? No. Do you ever remember discrimination when you were a kid?
Or what?
Discrimination when you were a kid or a teenager. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I don't remember
No. I thought that you said that your dad used to work. I thought you said he used to work in marijuana fields.
that.
Do you remember telling me that?
Work on the fields?
Marijuana fields.
Oh.
I thought you said your dad would have buckets and he'd have to pick it or something.
Oh, yeah.
Where was that?
Where?
Yeah, Minnesota?
Yeah. Well, he would always plant some.
Okay.
When we go working a farmer,
Mm-hmm.
and we have a little tent, and then he plants some marijuana.
Oh, okay. And then what did you guys have to do with that?
Oh, when it was dry, we would cut it, hang it up, and then dry it, and then peel the leaves off, and take the seeds out.
Oh my God, were you a little kid?
Yeah.
Why were you doing that? I mean, were they selling it or who wanted that stuff?
Well, we didn't think nothing of it.
No, but I mean, who was going to use it? Who wanted it? The farmer?
Well, the one who was taking care of us.
Oh, but he had you guys doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. And how much did you get paid for your work?
No.
You didn't get paid?
Mm-hmm.
Did you live in a nice big house then?
No, sometimes they have a little shed.
A shed?
Uh,
How many kids were in the shed?
well, it was just, it was a family and then us, you know.
Where did the family stay?
Huh?
Where did the family stay? Where did the parents live? Did they live in the shed or in the house?
Well, I don't remember, but,
Yeah. But it was more like in the summertime, right? Because of the farms.
yeah, in the summertime.
Yeah. Did they take you out to, treat you or do, give you like did they because you were doing work for them, so did they treat you nice or buy you, some toys or anything like that, to say thank you because you're a little kid and you're working?
Well, yeah, they feed us,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, everybody's got to eat.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't really do extra nice things. Were they nice to you?
Yeah.
Did they like treat you like their child? Did they hug you? And did you have
Yeah. I was partner with one of their kids, so.
Oh. Okay. So you got to like be in their room or something like that?
Uh-huh.
Were you living there all year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we moved into the city.
Oh, Minneapolis or St. Paul?
Well, just both of them.
Okay. With the same family?
Huh?
With the same family?
Yeah.
Okay. And how many kids did they have?
Well, I was the 12th one.
So there was 11 more kids.
Yeah.
That's a lot. But your brothers were not with you, right?
No, they were a different family.
Did they go together, the same family, or two different families? Everyone went to a different one?
Well, they were different relatives, you know.
Okay. Did you miss them? Did you miss your brothers?
No, we worked together in the fields, you know.
Oh, so you still saw them, but you still saw Augie and Tony when you guys were working in the fields, but you all lived in a different house with a different family. Is that right?
Yeah.
How long did you live with that family?
Well, quite a while until about 10 years.
Okay. How old were you when you moved out on your own?
Well, I think with the family, maybe we were there for about 4 years. Mm-hmm. And then we went, one thought was a guy that was a friend of them. We came to the cities.
Oh, okay. So, did you still work in the fields when you came to the cities?
sometimes in the spring
And
we will go.
did you get paid when you were older?
I never got paid. I don't remember getting paid. You know.
Do you ever remember asking if you can get paid?
Mm.
Well, what do you think about that now? Like, if you hear, I mean, things were different back then, right?
Mm.
Things were different then. Some things were different then. But when you're 92, almost 93 years old now, and you think back about being 6 years old and working and not getting any pay or like, a treat or toys or any, like nothing like that, how does that make you feel? What do you think about that? About, the farmers using kids and then they don't really get anything for it. What do you think of that? Yeah. Well, they can't do that now. They can't do that here legally now.
This was back in the Depression.
Right. Yeah. Do you remember what the Depression was like?
Well, we used to sell newspapers.
Okay.
We'd go downtown and take each out of the streets and
How much were the newspapers?
hmm?
How much did they cost?
I don't know, I forget,
Yeah. What did you do with your money?
I don't remember.
Do you ever remember camping in the woods?
Hmm.
Who were you with?
Hmm?
Who were you with when you were camping in the woods?
Well, I say it was Hernandez,
Okay.
and that was a large family, that's 12 kids.
So were you camping or were you living there? I remember when I was little, you told me that and I thought it was your brothers, Augie and Tony. I thought you said you guys would look for trees that were close together. And if you had a blanket or something, you'd put it over the branches so you have like a little tent. Do you remember that?
That was what?
That you would find like a blanket or a tarp or something and you put it over the branches to kind of make like a tent.
Oh, yeah.
You did that?
Mm-hmm.
And did you get water? Did you have water or access to water?
Well, we always found a place by the river.
Okay. And what did you do down like to drink or wash up or for what?
Hmm?
What did you need the water to drink or to wash up or?
Well, to drink.
Oh, okay. So were you living out there or were you just like camping?
Well, we were camping.
Okay. So it was more for fun?
Hmm?
Was it for fun?
For fun?
Yeah, for fun. Was it just for like having fun?
Oh, no.
Oh, that's how you were surviving?
Yeah.
Okay. So, because that's what I remember you telling me. It wasn't really camping. That's how you guys were living.
Mm-hmm.
But what grown up was living with you?
Mm-hmm.
What grown up was living with you then? Who was living with you, in the woods and getting the water? Who was with you?
I was living with a large family.
Yeah.
And they were living with a relative.
Okay.
You know.
So were you not able to stay in the house?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't let you stay inside the house?
No.
You stayed outdoors.
Yeah.
Okay. Was it scary? Was it a little scary, at night?
No.
No? Is there anything else around that time that you can remember when you were real young? Is there anything else you remember about? Do you remember what happened to your leg?
Oh, that was way before.
Was that in Michigan?
Yeah.
What happened though? Do you remember?
I think an old lady beat me up and
Yeah.
probably threw something at me.
Yeah, you said it was a metal bat.
Mm-hmm. But I didn't get to the hospital for a couple of weeks. The bones were broken.
And what were they gonna do when you went to the hospital? Do you remember?
Well, they were going to cut it off.
Yeah.
But this person I was with said no.
Right. You
Even,
you always told me that was your dad, but you don't think that was your dad?
no, it was not.
What was his name? Do you remember?
Who?
The guy that told them not to cut your leg. Do you remember his name?
No.
Who's Candido?
Candido?
Yeah, who's that?
Oh, yeah. That was the one that kind of took us in.
Okay, he's the one. Did you come to Minnesota with him? Did he bring you to Minnesota?
I don't remember who.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't remember who?